Okay, a quick first test is just putting a synth on the sphere and using XYZ to modulate some parameters of that synth. Let's check it out. Nice. And that XYZ is the vector of the colors, I believe. So I'm gonna do some cube specific sounds. This is all just on the sphere right now. But pretty rad. Nice. Okay, so I wanted to get some feedback on these line drawing to the cubes. So a tone for connecting, and I did like a lower tone for disconnecting. Not sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but something. So yeah, fun times. Okay, so now I've got, with every connection to a cube, it will play a note, and this is not musical yet, but it's going to play a synthesizer, so it's up to 8 voices. Right, and each voice instance will start and stop. Now to make it musical, this doesn't have a musical scale yet, but it does have random pitch value basically. And this is where I hope to make an 8-note chord and maybe something else that modulates from the sphere. We'll see. Okay, here's something a little more musical. So every approach to the cube, it's going to pick a random note. I believe it's in the key of F. Up to an 8-note chord. So this is kind of what I wanted to do. So yeah, as I'm learning the ins and outs of Unreal, I'm really having a good time here. This is fun. You know, it gives me some understanding, and this is kind of a learning little sandbox here. So there's kind of 2 little systems in here. So one of them is on this sphere, and this is where there's no modulation outside unless it's influenced in here. This is where this morphing modulation happens. This is kind of fun. And then, yeah, if I mute that, or unmute that and mute the... Yeah, this is kind of the other... So there's less morphing and modulation happening, although I can probably incorporate it somewhere. This is having kind of the 8 voices interacting. Yeah, so yeah, 2 different takes, because you want to hear these attachments, and that's just a note, like a pad, a sustained note, and the other one is kind of, the note is on the sphere, and inside of it, it gets modulated. So yeah, kind of 2 different approaches. Okay, thinking of like a kind of a wind chime as you pass through. So it's the same scale as the pads, when you get attached, it's a random note, and when you release it, it's an octave down. If I add the pad element, kind of gives it a little more of an attack. Nice, noodling for days. So I thought I should do one that combines the two here. So the sustained note on the sphere is like a lower octave F, so the root note of the scale. And the deep note, you know, it gets modulated in the center, although it's harder to notice when all the... But it's there. I just wanted to do one that combined the two approaches.